And now it's here, 2020. Morning Banana Show with your host, Adam Josh.
Hello everyone. Welcome to the Morning Banana Show. My name is Adam Josh and this is a banana. Today is January the 3rd. It's a Friday here at the Morning Banana Show. And as many of you know, I enjoy a good banana. We are in the year 2020, listening to the sweet and soothing sounds of Adam Josh. I wrote this song, Further From This Cage, in 2007. 2010 was 10 years ago, so this is a 13-year-old song. Let's dial that down a bit. We're on the second attempt of the Morning Banana Show today. Originally, when I was going live, I didn't realize that my neighbor wanted to come in and have a 20-minute chat about kids these days and throwing garbage around and, you know, and wishing me Happy New Year and whatnot. I guess it's nice to have neighbors that wish you Happy New Year. But here we are at number 66. That's 66 bananas. Cool thing about Twitter, follow me on Twitter at adamjosh.com, is there's a watch live link that shows up under the bio, which I think is pretty cool. So here we are. I'm just making sure that the live streams are working. Yeah, check. We're working. All right. Well, thank you for joining me. New year 2020. And what can I tell you? It's 2019. What did you think of 2019? Did you find it exciting? I'm glad it's over, to be honest. And here we are, doing the coffee, doing the morning banana. Hello, whoever that is. You changed your account. All right. Oh hi. Jeez. Sorry, I'm squinting. I'm an old man. It comes up really tiny over there. So, yeah, I took a little break from Twitter from the beginning of Sagittarius season, which would be November 21st, until I decided to just go until the new year. So I took a little more than a month off of the Twitters, so I missed quite a few of you. And, you know, I recommend to everybody to take a Twitter hiatus semi-frequently. A month is a little bit crazy, but you know me. I tend to go overboard. Moderation. Take a break from Twitter every once in a while. You know, while I was breaking from Twitter, I downloaded the app TikTok, thinking that it would be like Vine 2.0. TikTok is not Vine 2.0, if that's what you're thinking. And I recommend anybody who's thinking about going on TikTok, unless you're like between the ages of like 10 and 20, I wouldn't bother. We're too old, basically. I know everybody my age, 35 plus, I'm 38, but if you're like 35 plus, you kind of remember Vine, and it was kind of cool, like, but Vine was awesome because it forced everybody to be creative in 6 seconds, and it was an equal playing field, and there was no room for ads, which is why Twitter decided to buy it and shut it down. So there's no room for profitability other than just data mining, and Twitter doesn't need to be data mining on any other platform because they have Periscope and Twitter. So anyway, I liked Vine, and I thought that TikTok would be like Vine. I'll be honest, some people who use TikTok, there's some good content there, and that's what attracted me, was the good content. So, but nevertheless, I got off of it after about 2 days. So, welcome, nevertheless. And to the people in the chat who I was speaking with, Red. Wow, I'm reading the handle name. It's a whole different handle now. Do you want people to follow you? Follow my longtime Twitter friend, War Like Fire, on Twitter, at War Like Fire, just like it sounds. Longtime friend, political Twitter user, libertarian, and American. So, let's read the headlines. You know, I had a hashtag World War III, because some of you are waking up today to realize that, America has now basically got us closer to World War III. You've heard this before. So this Iran commander, Soleimani, General Qasem Soleimani. So he was the head of some elite force, right? And if you turn the history books back a little bit, America was working with him to root out ISIS. Okay? And now, apparently, they've just killed him. So it's like backstabbing the guy who just helped you. Anyway, they killed him in Baghdad, apparently. And so this is a pretty big deal. And we'll see what happens. I have written and talked and thought a lot about what could possibly lead to a third war. But if you read Albert Pike's outlines of the three major world wars, they're all pretty much on track. So I'm not a big fan of reading Illuminati literature, but at the same time, if you have time and an internet connection, I would type in Albert Pike's Three World Wars. And if you read about the Third World War, if you read about the Third World War, you would see that it is going to be created. He predicted that it would be the Third World War would be created by fomenting the differences between the Islamic Arab nations and the Jewish Judeo-Christian nations, and ultimately you'd wind up with they would mutually destroy each other, and what would be left would be the pure light of Luciferianism. And that's I'm not the one saying that, but if you read Albert Pike's Third World Wars, basically fomenting the crises and exacerbating the divides between the Arab countries and the Jewish Israeli countries and their allies. It's not just Israel versus Iran, it's Israel and their allies, which is America and now a bunch of Western nations, versus Islam and the Arab nations. I didn't write it. Read it for yourself. Albert Pike's outline of three major world wars. And I wouldn't even tell anybody about that if it wasn't completely on track. This guy wrote these predictions over 100 years ago, and First and Second World War kind of played out like a script. So see it for yourself. It's not really good news to start the new year, but flashback to Hillary Clinton at the time when she was Secretary of State. She said, "I want the Iranians to know that if I become president, the first thing I'm going to do is go to war with Iran." So, this Iran thing, and the fact that they don't have a central bank or a Rothschild's owned bank, private bank, it makes them a target one way or the other. So the banking families of the world who want central banks everywhere, who run the central banks, would probably like a central bank in Iran. And Iran having a oil-rich economy without the ability to refine, they don't have to submit to these monopolies because they have natural resources. And so this is a big problem. And just like Iraq, they want to basically take it down and make it a subservient nation state. And I disagree with this. I hope that it doesn't happen. And I don't think it's a good idea to go to war with Iran. I didn't think it when Secretary Clinton said it. I didn't think it was a good idea. I didn't think it when Donald Trump was saying in 2011 and 2012 that President Obama at the time might use it as a pretext to be reelected, use it as like a cover, it's like a part of his campaign strategy. He was warning in 2011 and 2012 tweets that Obama might use a war with Iran to boost his support during an election. Funny, flash forward all these years later, and now it seems like Trump himself is doing that. But this war with Iran card has been long on the table, just kind of being held back and waiting for the right time. So, again, Albert Pike kind of warned about this type of World War III scenario over 100 years ago and predicted it. So the thing is, a guaranteed sure way to go to war with all of Islam or all of the Arab nations, a guaranteed way would be to attack Mecca and Saudi Arabia, the Kaaba, the black box. Like, I'm not saying anybody should ever do this, but if a bomb or something like that was, just dropped on Mecca, you would incite all 1.8, 1.5 billion Muslims in the world against you. So this may not be that, but it's one step closer to that in escalation. I can see how you can get from where we are right now in history to that, and it doesn't take that much. And so I hope that people just calm the F down, de-escalate. Nobody wants to go to war. I mean, the first people that should be on the front lines are politicians if they really want to go to war that bad. So what else can we talk about? It's come out that Ghislaine Maxwell, whatever, Epstein's girlfriend, madam, whatever, is a Mossad agent. Surprise, imagine my shock. Yeah, so I wrote on Twitter before I took my hiatus that people are going to be chasing their tails about Epstein for years to come, because the bottom line is he was protected by the Mossad, protected by Israeli intelligence, and so was his girlfriend. So until you guys can get over that and process that, oh my God, the country of Israel has an intelligence agency, and they don't always do amazing, perfectly amazing, clean things. Sometimes they get their hands dirty and do some dirty business outside of Israel. Until you can get that through your head, and then at the same time think, okay, this isn't an anti-Semitic thought, then you're just going to be like, well, whatever, just support Israel, support the Jews. Yeah, support Israel and support the Jews when the Jews are doing amazing, great things, right? But if they're doing less than amazing things and in clandestine operations overseas, and if they get their hands dirty doing some dirty McCracking, then, point it out. So God knows what the hell was going on with Epstein and his madam. But, if you wonder why they're being protected up until now, and why, this image released of her at a In-N-Out Burger, it was such a doctored image because it was, it was toying with people because, she wasn't even in the country, is my guess. Anyway, welcome back to the Morning Banana Show. The show that goes the length of a banana. Obviously, there's lots that we could talk about. I'm not going to get into everything. It takes too long. My rust check season is kind of winding down now. And I have one gentleman coming in today. And a bunch of things that I have to get to. I'll be busy tomorrow doing some D-scales at one of the restaurants. It never ends. We got 4 restaurants up and running now. I was at one of the rentals this morning, another rental next door. Things at home were decent. We had a good New Year's. It was quiet. I'm excited for 2020. So welcome to the new year, and follow me on Twitter at AdamJosh.com. Go to my website, AdamJosh.com. And yeah, I'm back. So tell your friends, and I'm gonna follow War Like Fire, and I recommend that you guys do as well. I stopped chasing her. Now she's coming to me now. You see that? So I found her 3 times when she got deleted or banned from Twitter, and now it's the other way around because I was gone, and now she's like, "Oh, Adam, I missed your face." That's how it is. De-escalate the tensions. Nobody wants to go to war. Just because Albert Pike wrote it doesn't mean it has to happen. Alright? Who the hell is Albert Pike? Screw him.